All right, people. Ink here, Kefka-clysm. I'm not counting these are just fun, but he's going to take no supports with Rydia and Kain here. He's going to teach these FF4s how to just dominate chaos. Well, I don't know about dominate, but really I want to show off how to use an Eld'narsh friend here. So this will be really fun. They only have a 40% attack aura off of Rydia. Kefka's resisted right here because these guys resist water, and Rydia starts with her water enchant up on the party. So yeah, I need to actually imperil them so that everyone can deal normal damage. Kain's a frickin' beast. He goes from 0 to 80k with like no problem at all. I'm opening with Gungnir just because I want Rydia to use Summon Leviathan to boost the party's max brave, because jump doesn't have a lot of overflow, so I really want to get the most out of it. And ideally swap Kain, so he is going to spam skills super hard. No problem. Kefka is also going to spam skills because in the last wave the bosses resist attack and defense down. The speed down is awesome, but with an Eld'narsh friend, you actually don't want the speed down. You want them to be hella fast. So let's just let Kefka rip these guys apart. So much fun. The one thing that hurts here a little bit with Rydia is that ideally she would have a battery. I'm spamming skills with her also. 75 turns, what do you want, right? There's no battery on the team except Kain and his amazing EX. This EX is so damn good. The fact that he doesn't get more respect for dealing ridiculous amounts of damage is just sort of crazy. But anyway, this is so nice that Kefka can actually battery Rydia using Kain's launch. So it ends up working pretty nicely because Rydia would like a battery, not for her EX and not for Summon Leviathan either, but actually for sorry about my timer there. I'm making a bolognese sauce, so deal with it. It's damn good too. But Rydia prefers a battery for her flare because flare is only 5 hits, so it doesn't really top off at all if she's not batteried up. So yeah, gotta be a little careful, but yeah, just checking recharge rate, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be using skills nonstop. So it's funny that these guys' defense feels higher than the last wave, but I don't know. If you used Garnet, you probably didn't feel that way because she hits like a noodle, unless you pair her with another support. Someone's gonna like post and be like, Garnet does great with Aphmau and Alphino and all these other broken supports. Well, yeah, of course she does. Everyone does. I love Garnet, by the way. I just want friggin' Mog Pass so I can get character boards, but on everyone that I want. I have a long list of, I purpled so many characters in June and July. I don't have character boards on Kais. I don't have it on Garnet. I don't have it on Alphino. Meanwhile, I boarded Kain and Rydia and Ida and all these amazing units that I'm really enjoying using. And that's sort of why I wanted to do this run, to showcase how useful and strong Kain and Rydia are, and they're not even paired with their ideal teammates by any means. Like, Rydia's dealing 60k there, and she really should be dealing a lot more. The only max brave aura, she's the only auras on the entire team, so everyone's hitting a little bit less, but most of the damage is actually coming from Kain and Kefka's EX. Actually, all 3 of their EXs are great, but Kain and Kefka specifically are magnificent. So Rydia is providing solo support here, but she's also keeping their damage up. You can see that their damage, even with, well, Kefka's got his defense debuff, which is also really nice. But they're able to do just a ton of work. So Also, Rydia has she has 3x108 and that's it. I might have an M-Brave 200 on her art, so that's why her max brave is so low. Also, I don't have any of her C50 artifacts. It's probably my biggest complaint with the game. When you look at, I actually went hard on a lot of secondary characters from Lost Chapters this month, and it's so annoying to farm their artifacts. It's probably one of my biggest actual gripes with the game, is that I wish that, I'm glad that Charlotta's artifacts drop from this co-op, but why would you not just let Rydia's arts drop also? It doesn't imbalance the game whatsoever. Just add it. Make her synergy for the co-op. The co-op is not difficult. I don't know. That would mean she's synergy for this event, which also doesn't matter because his first wave resists water, so a lot of people didn't even use Rydia. I know Alphino Levalure did. He does some awesome runs, generally with Alphino, Ida, and Lise. But yeah. So right here, this is the worst a Kain launch can be. This is the bottom, the floor. And even that is still good. It's 130,000 damage, and he batteried his other teammate 30k. So it's 160k's worth of damage on his EX, and that's literally the worst case. With very little support. He has Rydia's max brave buff, and I definitely should have used I should have targeted Kain's EX at the other enemy, just to be more efficient, but I was trying not to ruin break order. Anyway, let's go into the last wave. I would ideally like to swap Kain, ideally, but it's gonna be whoever targets, whichever these cats decide to target first together. Yeah, they're probably getting swapped. Everyone is spamming skills at this point, so it doesn't matter. But let's get the water imperil up on all enemies. I can't wait to just abuse the friggin' daylights out of Eld'narsh friend. It's very broken, but it's a lot of fun, and it enables this team to actually work. And I think even without an Eld'narsh friend in a normal chaos, this team would be fine. Also, I hope you're enjoying all the random Chrono Cross music I'm listening to. This is like one of my favorite songs to just listen to because it's just chill. It's called Fields of Time. But yeah, I could listen to this endlessly. It'll be something else in a moment. But yeah, it's a lot of Chrono Cross music. I didn't feel like putting Kefka's theme again on these, and I didn't feel like putting FF4 music again. So yeah, you're getting just different stuff. I actually have no idea what'll come on. But hopefully it's good. I find most Chrono Cross music is pretty damn good. Anyway, you can see that I spammed Light of Judgment pretty hard. I've only got 2 uses, and that's totally fine. It's okay. Unfortunately, these guys are, they're both targeting Rydia now, but damn, I really don't want to swap Rydia. She is the only aura on the team. So yeah, ideally it's Kain. Also because Kain delays, right? I don't want, by the way, every Kain launch is great, and it's up so often, 200k, and there's another launch waiting to happen. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And now with a batteryless team, I can battery both my characters. So Kain is acting as a virtual battery here as well, which is, yeah, it's awesome. Super awesome. This song sucks. Sorry. I don't know. What do I want to put on? I need something. I'm actually not even sure why this came on. Let's put on no music for a minute and go back to my good playlist. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. Kain just dealing crap tons of damage. I mean, hopefully we'll swap him. Yeah, this is more Chrono Cross. but it's all good. Kefka's debuffs are great here, even though attack and defense are resisted. He has a really potent sap, which is awesome. His sap is so good. He hits so hard, but his sap is really good for this. He also has Faris' Sphere, which provides poison. Fujin's Sphere provides a speed down aura, so it actually wouldn't be bad if I swapped Kefka. I mean, I'd prefer not to because he deals just so much damage, and I'm never going to use Kain's EX while Eld'narsh is out generally, because I don't want to delay the bosses ever. I love all these misses into auto breaks. Again, why people hate this chaos so much, but I specifically wanted to post this video because no one would say that this team comp is broken. No one would. There's no way. And like even here, Kain can keep up the break order and then let Kefka shave B here, so it works out. But no one would say this is a broken team. Eld'narsh Friend is going to do a butt ton of work, just insane. But that said, this should be good for new players to watch, just in terms of seeing how to leverage an Eld'narsh Friend to get through this very difficult chaos. A lot of people, I mean, I have an Eld'narsh Friend. Go ahead, if you need me to friend you, just comment. And oh, he's in yellow status. That's the best time to lock them because they get increased Brave damage reduction, and they're both targeting Kefka. Okay, so yeah. But I think that this is a good video for new players because really all I'm doing here is spamming skills for the most part. I'm not even using my HP pluses. I'm using Kefka's Meteor, and I think I used no, I don't think I've used an HP plus on Rydia yet, so I'm really just truly spamming skills. But yeah, they're both targeting Kefka, so it's time. So Eld'narsh Friend, let's do this. Skill 1, this is gonna drop terror on the enemies. They're both targeting him, so while he's being targeted, either him or all, you wanna use you always open with skill 1, you always use skill 2 right after. So skill 2 drops the warp on. Sorry for the blip there. My timer on my sauce went off. That ensures that both his debuffs are up. Now, a lot of people will not use Vortex. I didn't in my Sabin run, but actually it's ideal to because, and I should point at it. So I just used it. They have 2 turns of terror, so their next 2 turns are locked down, and you can see Eld'narsh is gonna have 5 total turns. So A is going to go, Eld'narsh is going to get a free turn. B is going to go, Eld'narsh gets a free turn. He has his normal turn, then B goes again, then A goes again. He has 5 skill uses. He's going to recharge his EX in all that time. So his EX hits crazy hard because it has damage up modifier on it. So just go ham. You'll also notice that I'm breaking out of order. So I want the enemies to take as many turns as possible. Which means that I will generally not bother like breaking in the correct order. So it's great. So yeah, like here, I mean, it's so many turns. Ideally, you want to get, for this chaos, because the enemies are so fast, getting Eld'narsh to 0 skills left is ideal. When you have low Brave, you want to use Stellar Burst like I'm doing right here. When you have high Brave, you actually want to use Omega Javelin because it splashes. If you use Omega Javelin from 0, it's not going to do the most. You just want to make sure to use Omega Javelin to keep Warp up on the enemies, the Warp debuff. So yeah. These guys need to keep Warp and Terror on at all times, just to make sure that Eld'narsh can do the most amount of damage. If I had time, I would totally calculate this out, but yeah, you can see his EX is nearly charged now, so that's perfect. B does not have any debuffs left on it, so I need to make sure that I drop debuffs. A has them. So ideally here, if I don't play poorly, A is gonna go first. A has Terror and Warp. They both have warp now, but A has terror. So A is going to go. And then Eld'narsh will get a free turn and he can use his EX. That would be ideal. Kain getting pretty low on skill uses, but who cares? He's been spamming skills nonstop. So why change, right? But I'm gonna use his AA here, and welcome to the only mistake of my run, which is not a big deal. But I actually broke A, so now B is gonna go, and he doesn't have terror on. So unfortunately that happened, but it missed. So who cares? It worked. But now B is targeting Kain, so he is gonna go, but it's fine. It's fine. You could see that A took more damage there, and that's because terror increases the damage that Eld'narsh deals on them, and B did not have terror on, so it's fine. Everyone literally spamming skills. So yeah. I used Omega Javelin there because A was unbroken, and if I break A, I'm actually breaking in proper turn order, and oh my god, they're about to get 4 turns before my Eld'narsh gets a single turn. So I don't want to break them in order. So Kain just got cracked, but it's okay. I have a 15,000 HP limit. Yeah, there's no healer in this team, so who cares? I don't know what my affinity with healerless runs are. I love healers, but anyway, yeah, this is a fine stellar burst. It's okay to break them now. Totally fine. Rydia just doing Rydia things. B is targeting all now, so now he's also locked down, which is great. Ideally, you lock them in yellow because they get additional brave damage up. And you can see again here, A does not have terror, but B does. So I'm going to use a skill, and now Eld'narsh's EX is charged. And now B is gonna he'll take his turn. I do not want to delay here. Kain is not using his EX. No way. No way, because if he uses his EX, he's going to delay and give Eld'narsh another turn, and I don't want Eld'narsh to take more turns. So his EX is up now, so now I can use it, and this is just being ultra efficient. So it's good for that. The amount of damage that Eld'narsh friend is putting out here is busted. And he's only got 3 abilities left. This turn that he's taking right here is actually going to be his last used turn on the turn counter. So he's at 0 now, but look at the turn indicator. They both have 2 turns before Eld'narsh gets a turn. And they have 2 turns of warp and terror on them. So yeah. This is just keep spamming skills with Eld'narsh, and it's hey, he has no abilities left. Again, I'm breaking out of order. So you know, in an ideal world, something would happen and you could recharge his EX again. I imagine this is totally crazy with Selfie. I mean, but honestly, what's not crazy with Selfie, right? Like, Selfie is just best girl that lets broken characters be more broken or enables characters that have flaws in their kit to be better. So, yeah, it stinks not having Kefka here to pound out damage, but you know, Rydia, look at this. They're in red status. There's no defense debuffs, and Rydia's dealing 8k per brave hit on these enemies. And the only aura from her party is her auras with her weakness damage. So she's getting nothing. Although, actually, I take it back. Eld'narsh does have 70% defense down. I take it back. 30%. They resist defense down. So in warp, look at this. I have to HP plus with Eld'narsh because he ran out of skills. So Kefka's got 5 skills left. We've got 7 turns left. But, you know, whatever. Cool. This is FF13-2 music. This is Yule's theme. But yeah, let's summon for Kain's EX finally. Kain finally gets to use his EX, and using it in summon is just, it's the best. Because he has so many hits on it, and he's always hitting pretty max damage on it. So yeah, there's 238k. Rydia's nearly out of skills, but again, this is a good battery opportunity. There's no batteries on the team, so you usually, on a normal balanced team, you want a battery. You want a healer. You want to counter the bosses first and foremost. So I'm hoping that this is a good explainer for people that are trying to get through this chaos, honestly. But I'm also just, rambling and stuff. Oh yeah, that jump damage is premium into Rydia EX. Oh yeah, we need every ounce of damage we can get. And yeah, this summon provided it. Lots and lots of damage. Because all three of them are great damage dealers. There's very minimal support. So hey, last jump, Kain made it with his 100k. Kefka, I don't know why I should be using Rydia's C65. That's actually the best C65 of all of them because it boosts the damage overflow. And it boosts damage weakness. So that would be ideal. But yeah, Rydia's out of skills, Kain is out of skills. Kefka got swapped, so I mean he would have been long out of skills. But I'm not even using Meteor here. I want high turn rate things. Oh man, perfect timing, 73 turns. This is the 74th turn. Boom, you dead. And I'll, just in case, actually there's no just in case, Kefka's going next and he has to kill this guy. But there's a launch available because of Kain. Thank you, Kain. So it sort of guarantees the victory. Everything is looking good. So I hope that this has been a good explainer for people on how to use an Eld'narsh friend. It's quite easy. You just want to maximize conditions, swap him in when the person being swapped is targeted, and he will help just tear this chaos apart and ruin these flying cats. So yeah, Kain, Rydia were massively underhyped, and I'm showing off how strong they are. So yeah, hope you all enjoyed the video. Take care and have a good day.